The best regular season Avalanche history is officially over, and although it came down to the very last night, we finally know who their first-round opponent will be. After 4 straight years of getting Connor McDavid and Leon Draisaitl in the first round, the LA Kings finally get away from Edmonton and will instead get Nathan MacKinnon and Cale Makar. The two teams opened the regular season against each other in LA back in October, with Colorado taking a 4-1 victory. The Avs would also win the other 2 regular season matchups as well. However, as we all know, the regular season series results really mean absolutely nothing when it comes to a playoff matchup. The Kings are a seasoned, defensive-minded team that struggles to score but plays with immaculate detail on their own end and never makes it easy on their opponent. One of the biggest stories coming in for LA is that their longtime captain and leader, Anze Kopitar, will retire at the conclusion of the playoff run, making this their last chance to go on a run and get him his 3rd Stanley Cup. Another storyline to watch for is how they perform under a new head coach. After blowing a 2-0 lead in the series against Edmonton last year and a very lackluster first half of this year, LA fired their head coach Jim Hiller and promoted DJ Smith. Under Smith, the Kings have gone 11-5-6, squeezing their way back into the postseason as the second wildcard. Many blamed Hiller for the loss to Edmonton last year based on a tough challenge in Game 3 and his failure to adjust throughout the series. We'll see if Smith can adapt a little bit better than Hiller was able to last year and prevent another collapse for the Kings. Another new addition brought into the team this year was Artemi Panarin. LA traded for the Breadman right before the Olympic break, hoping to boost their lackluster scoring, and he's had a very quiet 27 points in 25 games with the Kings so far, and has really been a huge part of their late season surge into the playoffs. He does have a tendency to disappear a little bit in the postseason, but he's still a superstar player that the Avs are going to have to contain if they want to control this series. The Kings have some other talented wingers such as Adrian Kempe, Andrei Kuzmenko, and Alex Laferriere, but their hottest player coming into this series is their second-line center, Quentin Byfield. The 23-year-old has had a rather disappointing year, but he's heating up at the right time, putting up 6 goals in the final 7 games of the regular season. He's going to have to be a massive X factor for this Kings team if they want any chance of pulling off this upset. The Kings will be without Kevin Fiala in the playoffs as he suffered a gruesome leg injury at the Olympics back in February, but we've pretty much all known that since the time of the injury, so it really comes as no shock that they'll be without the dynamic winger. The final thing to watch for with the Kings in this series is how they handle their goaltending. Darcy Kuemper has been their guy since he came in last season, but Anton Forsberg has really come on as of late. Kuemper has 14 more starts, but Forsberg's been getting all of the important starts down the stretch, so it'll be interesting to see if DJ Smith decides to go with the hot hand or the Stanley Cup winning veteran. Goaltending's also going to be a massive story for the Avalanche as well. Mackenzie Blackwood and Scott Wedgwood have both had Vezina-type seasons, with Blackwood posting a .904 save percentage and Wedgwood posting a .920. I would expect Wedgwood to start Game 1, as he's been much more consistent than Blackie this year, but head coach Jared Bednar has said that he's looking to use both goalies throughout the playoffs, so it'll be interesting to see if he rides one guy or goes with a rotation throughout the series. A big bit of good news for Colorado is that they will be going into the series fully healthy for Game 1 on Sunday. They dealt with some minor injuries with guys like Nazem Kadri, Josh Manson, and Cale Makar down the stretch, but all are available and ready to go for the playoffs. The Avs suffered a brutal first-round loss to Dallas last year, so their motivation is going to be extremely high heading into this year's playoffs. It's going to be really exciting for Avs fans to see Nazem Kadri back in the playoffs for the Avs this year for the first time since they won the Cup back in 2022. He was a top 3 most important piece to that team, and he's going to be a massive addition for them this year as well. Another thing that I'm excited to watch for is the top 2 D pairs. A couple of weeks ago, Bednar moved Brett Kulak up to the top pairing with Cale Makar and Devon Toews to the second pairing to play with Sam Malinsky. Makar and Toews have played basically their best hockey of the season with their new partners, and Kulak and Malinsky have both emerged as terrific defenders for this Colorado team. It'll be interesting to see if Colorado keeps them paired together or goes back to what they know with Makar and Toews. And the final 2 players that I'm looking for in this series are Martin Necas and Parker Kelly. Necas has traditionally been ripped on for failing to produce in the postseason, but I just made a video on that, so you can go check it out if you want to hear my opinion on that matter. As for Parker Kelly, he's had a career year in 2026. Kells completely came out of nowhere, scoring 20 goals and adding 14 assists to go with it. He has a fast, gritty, playoff style of game, and I expect him to have a massive presence throughout the playoffs for Colorado, similar to Darren Helm in 2022. The major question with Colorado is, will they be able to handle the pressure? The President's Trophy winning team has failed to win the Stanley Cup every year since 2013. Being dominant in the regular season is one thing, but doing it in the playoffs against the same team for 4 games is a complete other. Colorado will obviously be a heavy favorite heading in, but if they go down at any point in the series, the pressure is going to be weighing heavy and could result in a shocking upset. It's going to be extremely important for the Avs to get out to an early lead and control the series right from the start. But overall, I think the Avalanche win this series in 5 games. The Kings play a very hard defensive game that will make things tough on Colorado, but the Avs' firepower is just too much for LA to handle. The Avs have the best forward core, the best goaltending tandem, the best defenseman, and the best penalty kill in the league, along with many other great attributes. The Kings' structure and goaltending, it's going to be enough to steal in 1 game, but they just can't hang with the speed and skill of the Avalanche. In terms of the goal differential, the Avs lead the league with a +99, while LA sits 20th with a -18. This really is just a David versus Goliath matchup, but as we all know, it's the Stanley Cup playoffs and anything can happen. But what we do know is that it all starts Sunday afternoon at 1 p.m. Mountain Time on TNT. So be ready, sit down, relax, and it's going to be another long run here for the Avalanche as they get set to go chase Lord Stanley for the 4th time. But give me your thoughts. Who do you think win this series? Which players are you most excited to watch? And just let me know how you think the playoffs are going to go overall. But I want to say thank you for watching, and I will catch you in the next one.